All right. This is for all my Yankee fans out there. And I've been thinking about this long and hard, considering the way they've been playing as of late. 7 in a row. Tops in the wild card chase. Would host the AL wild card in their building Tuesday night against whomever. Boston, Toronto, Seattle. That is yet to be determined. But here's the question that I have. And I get it. A lot of people are going to look at me. JAYREELZ, shut up. You're a Met fan. You can't stand the Yankees. We don't want to hear what you have to say. Well, time out. You don't think that the people who are near and dear to my heart, who know me, whether it is on social media or not, that I haven't followed not only the sport, but living in this town, that I don't have a pulse or my finger on the pulse of what's going on? And of course, I'm coming out objective. This has nothing to do with hate. This has nothing to do with any type of slant or any type of bias, because all I'm going to talk about is truth, the facts. And yes, give credit to the Yanks, because I'm sure a bunch of Yankee fans out there, a majority of them, after losing those back 2 games against Cleveland 10 days ago, where they lost 11-1 and 11-3, I'm sure they were thinking, we may not even make it to the playoffs. And now it's a different story, and understandably so. You sweep through Texas, fine. Some payback to the Red Sox, considering they won the first 7 games against you this year, and you pretty much put them out of their misery, at least for the moment. I mean, I know they're still, right now, number 2 in the wild card, but... And then winning the first game against Toronto, where you're now starting to get a little payback after they swept you 3 weeks ago, to where you didn't even have a lead in any of those 4 games at Yankee Stadium. So, and those are facts. But with that said, Yankee fans right now, I know they got the pom-poms out, the pinstripes, representing. Giancarlo is on fire. He's unstoppable. He's been clutch. Same for Aaron Judge. Garrett Cole's going on the mound tonight, and he'll be set up to pitch Tuesday night at the stadium in the wild card game if everything is chalk. But here's the question I want the Yankee fans to answer and to really let it marinate for a little while. You have a 7-game winning streak. And then, mind you, going back to August, you also had a 13-game winning streak where you're already setting up the parade up the Canyon of Heroes for the 28th World Series championship in the franchise's history. But here's the thing. Sandwiched between those 2 winning streaks, you lost 15 of 22 games. And I'm sure a lot of the Yankee fans were sending your team to hell, considering that you were losing to the Anaheim Angels. You lost 3 games to the Orioles. You lost 2 games to my Mets. And granted, you could say, oh, it was on the road or whatever. But no, you lost 2 games. And actually could have got swept if it wasn't for Trevor May and his implosion in the 8th inning of that middle night game on 9/11, in fact. So for those Yankee fans out there, and I'm sure those are mostly the bandwagon fans who are thinking 13-game winning streak, all right, we're going to the World Series. Losing 15 to 22, oh, we suck, I hate this team. And then now winning 7 in a row, and again, the pom-poms are out. But ask yourself this, and I mentioned this on the podcast several weeks ago, as far as trusting the core, but now you got to go even a little bit deeper. Which team is going to show up come Tuesday night? They're going to make the playoffs. I'd be shocked if they all of a sudden collapse, lose the last 5 games, and have Boston, Toronto, or Seattle overtake them. But you have to ask yourself, is this team not only trustworthy come October, which is a whole other set of encyclopedias, but do you really feel that in your heart, the team that you're watching right now is the team that you're going to see next Tuesday night? Or are you going to see the team that lost 15 to 22? Because this is the biggest Jekyll and Hyde Yankee team that I've ever seen. And we know about their pedigree. As much as the Yankee fan wants to think that once we get into October, it's an automatic. You haven't made it to the World Series in 12 years. Well, going on 12 because this year hasn't finished. And are you really going to trust Gary Sanchez behind the plate in a big spot? Are you going to trust Gleyber Torres, especially out at short? Or maybe they're going to move him to second in the postseason. Who knows? But we know that he's been an abomination at the plate this year. And Stanton, and I love Stanton, but granted that he had a great playoff last year against Cleveland and even against Tampa, but when it's in the 8th inning, as you saw, or 7th inning last night in Toronto, but now with the pressure mounting and with the game's money on the line, is he going to deliver? Is he going to come through? Same for Judge for that matter. Is he just going to whiff and flail at another slider outside of the zone that we've become accustomed to seeing? So, and Joey Gallo, do we even need to go there? But that's the question I want the Yankee fans to think about. And granted that they're going to cruise to this number one spot, they're going to have the game in their building, but which Yankee team? It's almost like that old show, To Tell the Truth, or what is it? I can't even think about it, what the show is right now. But again, which Yankee team are you going to see come next week? The one that's won 13 in a row and 7 in a row here over the last 6-7 weeks? Or that big, giant, meaty portion in the middle where they lost 15-22 to the dregs of baseball? That's all I got for now. Podcast coming tomorrow. My special guest, SNY studio host Chris Williamson. You definitely don't want to miss out on that. I appreciate all your support. I appreciate you following me, trusting me to share my thoughts, opinions, analysis on everything that's happening in the world of sports. Until next time, on the flip, baby.